Hello guys, this is Abbas and I'm going to give you a few tips about how to crack the service selection board interview for the armed forces. Those of you who have no clue what happens in the 5-day interviews can see the link in the description and get a detailed explanation. Basically, there are 3 tests conducted: the physical test, psychological tests and the personal interview. I'm going to speak about the psychological tests today in this video. The first one being a picture perception and description tests. Over here, a picture is shown to you for 30 seconds and you're expected to write a story in the next 4 minutes, followed by a half an hour discussion with all the other candidates about their stories and what they have written. So what I suggest is, as soon as you get a picture, in the first 30 seconds itself, try to get a broad idea about who your hero would be, what would be his background, what is the story or what is the plot of your story, and what is the solution the hero is giving. Just think of these 4 broad things in the first 30 seconds itself, and it will be really very easy for you to answer, for you to write a story in the next 4 minutes. What I suggest is use names of your friends in the story, because it will help you connect to the story more and you'll remember the story much easily. Secondly, do not copy any kind of stories that you must have heard from outside, from different movies or stuff, because it doesn't give a positive feeling to it. Last but not least, when you're writing a story, at least try to mention 1 or 2 officer-like qualities in the story, probably like leadership, loyalty, humbleness, discipline, or something like this. That's it about the first test. The second test is thematic perception test. This is very similar to the first test. Over here you have 12 photos instead of a single one, and you don't have a group discussion after each photo. That's it. So after each photo, which is displayed for 30 seconds, you're supposed to write a story within the 4 minutes, and the next photo will be displayed, and so on. So you guys can follow the same trick over here. Just in the first 30 seconds, get an idea about the hero, the background, the plot, and the solution. The 12th slide, however, in this test would be a blank slide. That will be a white paper. So I suggest you guys to prepare a story from home itself before going to the SSB interview. Prepare a really very nice story, the best you can, for that white slide that comes in the list. That's the 12th slide. The next test is the word association test. Over here what happens is a series of words are flashed onto the screen for a time period of 15 seconds. And in those 15 seconds, you have to look at the word, think about it, and write a sentence. So there's no problem for any kind of positive words, but the problem arises when negative words like anger, hatred, fighting, murder, and kidnapping, these kind of words come in. I have a small tip for words that are related to crime. So you can just have it as dash is a punishable offense. So any word that is related to that is a crime, you can just dump it into that, and you'll have a very nice sentence. Then few more tips in WAT would be, do not use idioms, quotations, and slogans that you already know. That shows that you lack originality in you. Use punctuation marks so that it becomes easier for you to use frame sentences. Be very simple. You don't have to have a large vocabulary to make sentences sound good. You don't need to write each and every sentence about the armed forces, because that's really not required. So just write the first sentence that comes to your mind in 15 seconds and be quick, so that you don't miss out on any words. Next test would be the situation reaction test. Over here you're given 60 situations, and it's basically day-to-day life situations where you need to react, where you need to give a solution how you would react. Something which would be as simple as you and your friend are going to school, your friend falls off the bicycle and fractures his hand, you will dash. So the easiest solution to this could be ask help and get first aid from the pedestrians and call the ambulance immediately. So situations like these that people might occur in day-to-day lives would occur. I strongly recommend you not to skip any situation and move on to the next in order to complete all the 60 situations, because completing the 60 situations is not the task over here. Even if you do not complete the 60 situations, there's nothing you're losing. I suggest you answer each and every solution precisely with small short sentences, and yeah, that's it about SRT. The last psychological test that is conducted is the self-description test. Over here you are supposed to write 5 paragraphs about on 5 different questions. Those being, the first one is tell me about yourself. Then second one, what do your parents think about you? Third one, what do your friends think about you? Fourth one would be, what your seniors think about you? And the fifth question is what do you think of becoming in life? So answer these questions really nicely before going to the SSB interview. Be truthful. That's very important, because if you're lying or if you're boasting something in any of these questions, the interviewer will catch you immediately in the personal interview. So I strongly recommend everybody to be really truthful about whatever they're writing in these 5 questions. Yeah, that's it about the psychological tests, as I have to say. And if you have any queries, please message me on Facebook. That I have my ID downstairs, or you can comment. And all the best for your interviews.